do a YouTube live because it's way easier for me than. Why is that showing up? Oh, it's YouTube. It is way easier for me to do a YouTube live than it is to record it and then upload it. So we are live right now. Okay, just so y'all know, we are live right now. Let me click where I need to click. Here we go. Make sure this is showing up. Y'all know what? I don't know if my sound's working. Last year we had a lot of issues. It shows to be working though. It should be working. We're going to go with it. We're going to hope it is. And if it don't, then somebody can tell me. Like somebody who's watching. All right. I need to screen share for y'all. So y'all got a screen share going on. Can y'all see what I see? There's my video. Okay. Perfect. Last week, did we talk about problems 6, 7, 8, 9? Did we talk about those?
6 and 7.
6 and 7. We didn't get to 8 and 9. All right. So, well, guess what? They shouldn't be very long. I'm assuming putting it to bulletin boards. That's fine. So if you're watching this, they're putting the bulletin board up outside. That's what the sound is. And I'm looking. Does anybody see my? No, I have a marker. Does anybody see my marker? Nope, found it. Here we go. Okay, so we're going to look at 8 and 9. Now remember, on 8 and 9, they have the exact same diagram as 6 and 7. They're that line segment. The line segment that starts at X, ends at Z, right? Y is in the middle somewhere. So, if you sketch out that line segment, like so, put an X on one end, a Z on the other end, and a Y in the middle, then you label the parts you know. So, XY is 4X. YZ is 3X, right? And then when they tell us about XZ, which is the whole darn thing, it's 42. Y'all with me so far? I need a piece of blank paper. Crap. All right, so now that we have this, can we write an algebraic expression with that information? What do we know? 4x plus 3x has to equal 42 because these two segments add up to the whole thing, right? And that is that segment addition postulate. Now, can we solve it? So what do we do to solve this? Combine like terms. So 4x plus 3x is 7x equals 42. Remember, if you need to draw that line, you can. If you don't need to, you don't have to. Now what? Divide by 7. And what is x? X is 6. So that is part of our answer. But remember, it didn't just ask for x. What did it also ask for? I've got to reorient this. I don't know why I'm turning my back to y'all instead of looking at y'all. Okay. Can everybody see? Good. Angel, can you see the board clear enough? My table's not blocking anything? Okay. So the other thing we had to answer was what was y z. So we go back to our diagram. What is yz in this problem? 3x. What do we know about x? It's 6. So yz in this problem is going to be 3 times 6, which is 18. And once again, just a reminder, we don't have any units. They didn't tell us what we're measuring in, right? So it's just no units. All right, let's look at number 9. I want y'all to try to draw number 9. I will be drawing it at the same time, but try not to peek. See if you can do it without peeking, okay? So I'll draw it up here. You draw it on your paper. Lord bless them. Okay. Does your diagram look like my diagram? Do you have everything labeled the same way? All right. So let's set it up algebraically. What can we do with this information? Two x plus 1 plus 6x. Now, it's not equal 6x, right? Because nowhere did they say y's in the middle. They didn't. They said it's between them. If they had said y is the midpoint, meaning point in the middle, or that y was directly in the middle, then we could say those two pieces equal each other. But they didn't tell us that. So since they didn't tell us that, they cannot equal each other. But they can add together to make what? 81. They add together to make the big part, right? Okay, so now what do? Now that we have this, combine like terms. So we're going to add our 2x and our 6x. Remember, they're already in the same room. We don't need to take some of them out to put them back in. They're already there. So we just add them together. So 2x and 6x gets me 8x. Now what do? Subtract 1. So we have 8x equals, I'm going to draw that line for y'all, 80. Now what? Divide by 8, because 8 and x are multiplied, and to unmultiply, you divide. So x is 10. X is 10. Now, are we done? No. We still got to go back and find out what yz was. X equals 10, but what is yz? That's not a 10. So it's 60. How do we know it's 60? 6 times 10. Yz equals 6x. X is 10. So yz is 60. 6 times 10. Does everybody see where we got that from? Okay. So to me, 6, 7, 8, 9 are the hardest problems on that paper. And they are hard. What makes them difficult is they didn't give you a diagram, so you have to draw your own and then label your own. And people mess that up. Right? But these next three are pretty simple as long as you understand one important thing. So the directions say, determine whether each pair of segments is congruent. Okay? Do you know what congruent means? Anybody? So, do you remember, I don't know why I just said that. That is not what I meant to come out of my mouth at all. I'm not asking you about memories. I'm going to ask you a question, though. What is it called when you have two numbers that are the same, or maybe a number and a number expression that are the same? Like what math term do we use for things that are the same? What? Co. Okay, true story. Not where I was going, but yes, that is accurate. It's even more simple than that. Let's say I have 2 plus 3 and I have 5. What do I say about them?
They're equal.
They are equal. That's the word we use, right? Numbers, they're the same. We say they are equal. Well, when you're talking about shapes, you're not using the word equal anymore. In shapes, we say they're congruent. Congruent are shapes that are the same. Now, little piece of information. If two shapes have the same measurement, they are congruent. That means if their numbers are equal, the shapes themselves are congruent. So if we look at this little diagram right here, and it's asking us about segment BE. Do y'all see that segment? Segment BE is right here. Everybody see that? Right here. And segment CD, and it's right here. What do we know with those two segments? They're the same length. How do we know they're the same length? Because they're both labeled with 3 meters. That means that their measurements are congruent, right? Are equal. If their measurements are equal, the lengths themselves are congruent. So our answer here would be, yes. My nose is itching like crazy all of a sudden. Okay, number 11. MP, here's MP, and NP, here's NP. Are they congruent? Why not? They have different lengths, right? Congruent means the same. These are not the same. Do they look the same? Yes, they do. Can we go by looks? No, we cannot. Okay, are there segments on here that are congruent though?
Yes.
Which ones? MP, right? Those are the congruent ones. Okay, so our answer here is big fat no. All right, look at this one, number 12. On number 12, it's WX. That's this guy. And WZ. That's that guy. How do you know there's not even a number down here? What does that little tick mark indicate? That's right. So the tick marks being the same means these sides are the same. So if that one's 9 foot, this one down here is also 9 foot. Now, if this had like a 1 tick mark and this had a 2 tick mark like this and then this had a 3, that would mean that these are not the same. It's how many tick marks you have. Like these two have 2, so they're the same. Y'all see what I'm saying? Okay. Okay. What do y'all think about those? Oh, what was our answer?
No.
Our answer was no. What do y'all think about those problems? That's pretty simple. You're just looking to determine are they congruent or not, right? Okay, so you are going to do the back. I have already made the assignment on Google Classroom for you to take a picture and upload it just like we did last week, okay? Just like we did last week. I will not be able to read them, so I'm not looking for right and wrong. This is practice for you. That's basically what this is. You're getting practice. If you have questions, I will answer questions to help you. But pretty much you're just getting practice on doing this stuff that we talked about the last few days. You do it, you turn it in, you get credit for it. Okay? If you are at home, you do it on a piece of blank paper. I've put the Google Classroom. In Google Classroom, I put the assignment and I put the worksheet there. Do it on blank paper, take a picture of that, and post that. Okay? All right, I'm going to end our live video. If I can figure out what tab I need to end it on. End stream.